Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We got game two of this series between the Boston Red Sox and Los Angeles Angels. And leading off for Boston in game number two, batting, leading off batting first is Dustin Pedroia playing second. Batting second playing short is Garcia Pera. Batting third playing third is Boggs. Batting fourth playing first is Vaughn. Batting fifth playing center field is Betts. Batting sixth playing right field is Evans. Batting seventh playing left field is Rice. Batting eighth doing the catching is Veritek. And on the mound is the Rocket, Roger Clemens, batting ninth. And for your hometown Los Angeles Angels, leading off playing left field Estrada. Batting second doing the catching is Downey. Batting third playing center field is Trout. Batting fourth playing right field is Anderson. Batting fifth playing first base is Joyner. Batting sixth playing third base is DeCense. Batting seventh playing second base is Grich. Batting eighth playing shortstop is Apba. And on the mound, Chuck Finley, batting ninth. Let's get down here to the stadium and get this game underway. As David joins us here, folks. And you see the team comparisons. Boston's 3-3, batting 204, 282 on base, 371 slugging, a 653 OPS. Angels 1-5, batting a buck 80, 237 on base, 376 slugging, and a 613 OPS. Dustin is batting 214 with a homer and 3 RBIs. And this is Chuck Finley's second appearance. No record with a 3.86 ERA. And Boston, let's take a look here. They're 3-3, 3.5 games behind the Yankees. And then, like we just said, Dustin's batting 214, Boggs 250, Garcia Pera 222, Evans 308, and Mo 118. Martinez with a 4.15 ERA, Wakefield with a 4.5. Clemens enters this game with a 2.57, and Lee with a 7.5 ERA. And how about old Dick with no ERA? And let's get down here to the stadium and get this game started, folks. And here's the first pitch to Dustin. And that's going to be a fly ball out right field. Anderson makes the catch for out number one. And Omar comes to the plate, batting 222 with no homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be another fly ball out that Mr. Anderson. And that'll be out number two. He might want to hit somewhere else. Now you got Wade Boggs up. And Boggs is batting 250 with no homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Boggs gets on base here with 2 outs. And Mo Vaughn's up now. And Mo's batting 118 with a homer and 2 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Joyner. He'll make the play, take it to first himself for out number 3. And to the bottom of the first we go. Boston nothing. Angels coming to bat with Estrada, Downing, and Trout. And Darren's batting 214. He's got a homer and an RBI. Roger Clemens' second appearance of the year. He's 0-1 with that 2.57 ERA. And let's take a look here at the Angels. They're 1-5. They're 2.5 games behind the Rangers in last. Trout batting 238. Grich 182. DeCense 167. Downing 133. And Estrada, like we said, 214. Definitely struggling at the plate. Dean with a 3.86 ERA. Tanano 1.2. Finley enters this game with a 3.86 ERA. And let's get down here to the field and get this game, second part of this inning, started as Boston's upcoming schedule. They got one more game here in LA. Then they, excuse me, go home, play Seattle for 3, and then the A's come to town. That's going to be a fly ball out to Evans and Wright for out number 1. A lot of fly balls to right field early in this game. Brian Downey batting a $133, no homers and an RBI. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The Rocket strikes him out for out number 2. And now you got Mike Trout up. And Trout's batting .238 with 3 homers and 6 RBI. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts by the Rocket. He's on fire to start this game. We get to the top of the second, still no score. We got Betts, Evans, and Rice due up. Mookie batting a $154, no homers and no RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Mike in center. He takes care of his counterpart for out number 1. And Dewey Evans is up. The White's batting .308. He's got 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Chuck strikes him out for out number 1. Chuck's first strikeout of the game. And now you got Jim Rice up, batting a $154, no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out center field. And Mike Trout makes a nice catch for out number 3. Boston goes down in order. To the bottom of the second we go. We got Anderson due up here, Joyner in the Sensei, and Garrett's batting .250 on the year with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. And Evans gets over, holds him to a single. So Evans is aboard here with nobody out. Wally Joyner's up. And they're going to do a little hit and run here. Try to stay out of a double play. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Anderson's on his own. And Jason doesn't have a very good arm. So that's going to be a 25. 25 or so, 51 or lower. He's in there safely with the stolen base. And he's in there with a stolen base. So Anderson, with the bunch hit and runs, able to make it down to second safely. Now you got a runner down in second. And here's the 0-1 pitch to Veritek. The Joyner, rather. We'll get it right. And that's going to be a base on ball. So Wally walks. Now you got runners on first and second. The Rocket in a little bit of trouble here. Let's see if Mr. DeSensei can deliver. Doug's batting a $167 with a homer and an RBI. Ken Castro joins us here. And that's going to be high. That ball is going to be far. How far is this ball going to go, folks, is the question. And that's going to be hit in the right field. And Evans gets over quickly, cuts it off. He's got a damn good arm out there. Anderson's got good speed, not great. 57 minus a 34 and nobody out. That's going to be the question. But they're going to chance it because it's going to be they're not even going to throw. Not even going to throw. It's only a 66 to make it. And Joyner's definitely going to get the third if he does. So they're going to throw the ball in the second. Keep Wally at second. And that's going to be an RBI single for DeSensei. And you still got first and second here. The Angels up 1-0 against the Rocket. And now you got Bobby Gritch up. And Bobby's batting a $182 with 1 homer and an RBI. And that's going to be not what the Angels was looking for. That ball is hit down the second. And that's going to be a tailor-made double play ball, folks. That's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. The runner will get down to third. But now there's 2 outs. And 1 on. And you got Apba up. And he's batting a $133. No homers and no RBIs. I believe you're right. Yes, I do believe you're right. Yep. And that's going to be a ground ball down the, nope, that's going to be a pop-up back to the mound. Roger makes the catch for out number 3. But 1 run scores on the RBI single, and the Angels take a 1-0 lead into the top of the 3rd. We got Veritek, Clemens, and then back to the top of the order due up here. Veritek's batting 100 with a homer and an RBI, and that's going to be a pop up down the short. Apba makes the catch for out number 1. And you see the Angels' upcoming schedule. They got one more game here against Boston, and then they go on the road to take on the Cleveland Indians for 3 games, and then they head to New York to take on the Yanks. And the Rockets up. He's 0 for 2 on the year, and he'll be 0 for 3. That's a grounder down to Bobby at second for out number 2. And Darren comes up. He's 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. And that's going to be another fly ball. This one is going to be out to left field. And that'll be out number 3. 1, 2, 3 goes the Angels. To the bottom of the 3rd we go. And we got up here Finley. Finley's due up, and then it'll be top of the order due up after that. So Finley, he is 0 for 2 on the year, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Chuck strikes out. That is the Rockets' 3rd strikeout of the game. And Darren comes up. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Mookie Betts makes the catch for out number 2. And Brian Downing coming to the plate now. And Brian's 0 for 1. He struck out back in the 1st. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Brian with a 2-out single. And that brings up Mike Trout. And Mike Trout add to this 1-0 lead here, folks. He's 0 for 1. He struck out back in the 1st. And that's going to be a 2-0 pitch coming to him. Rocket falls behind. Can he take advantage of it? And that's going to be walking the hard way in Apba. That's a 2 dice roll walk. So now it's 1st and 2nd. 2 outs for Anderson. And Garrett Anderson hit this one into the matrix and give him the lead. He's 1 for 1 today. He singled, stole a base, came around to score the only run. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. 3-run shot, and that ball makes it into the matrix out there in LA. And it is now 4-0 LA. Rockets struggling here early. And now Wally's up. And Wally is walked back in the 2nd. All this happening with 2 outs, folks. Rocket can't get out of the inning. That's going to be a grounder down the Boggs. That'll finally do it. But the 3-run shot by Garrett Anderson makes it a 4-0 ball game as we go to the top of the 4th. And we got Nomar due up here, followed by Boggs and Vaughn. And Nomar is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Nomar gets aboard here with a leadoff single. And here comes Wade Boggs up now. Boggs, he walked his first time up against Chuck. And that's going to be a 18. And that might just be a base hit. Yep, that's going to be an infield hit. Wade Boggs shows off the Jets here, folks. And all of a sudden, Boston now with 1st and 2nd and nobody out. Chuck Finley must not like having a 4-0 lead. And here comes Mo Vaughn. 1 swing of the bat, and he can make this a 1-run game. He grounded out the 1st his first time up. And that's what the doctor ordered, folks. It's a ground ball down the short. Bars up with it over the Gritch, over to Wally World. 6-4-3 double play. 2 outs now, runner down at third. Mo grounds into the double play, and Betts comes to the plate. And Mookie 0 for 1. He flew out to center his first time up. And that's going to be another fly ball out to Trout. He waits for it, makes the catch. And that's your inning, folks. And the Red Sox strand 1 to the bottom of the 4th we go. Got the Sensei, Gritch, and Ibar up. And Boston 3-3 with a 55 strikeouts, 32 walks, 15 doubles, and 2 triples. LA 1-5, 58 strikeouts, 19 walks, 13 doubles, and 2 triples. And DeSensei 1 for 1 today with an RBI. And that's going to be a base on balls rocket. That is his 3rd walk to go with his 3 strikeouts. Bobby Gritch comes up now. And Bobby's 0 for 1. He grounded into a 6-4-3 double play his first time up. And here's the pitch to Bobby. And that's going to be a 2 balls and no strikes. He keeps falling behind on these batters. And it doesn't work. That ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Bobby Gritch makes him fall. Pay for falling behind. And it is now a 6-0 ball game. I think that's going to be it for the Rocket. The Rocket can't make it out of the 4th inning here, folks. See who's going to come out of the bullpen here and pitch for him. It's going to be Stanley. Oh, Bob Stanley's going to come out here and pitch. As the Rocket can't make it out of the 4th. Stanley will try to eat up some innings here, folks. Oh, the Rocket gets clobbered here early in the year. And where's Bob at? And you got nobody on, nobody out, and Ibar's up. He's 0 for 1. He popped up the Rocket his first time up. And he gets a hold of this. It looks like it don't matter who's out there on the mound. And that ball is driven into the gap. And Ibar's got himself a double here in the 4th. And that'll bring up Chuck Finley. See if he can sacrifice him over to third, folks. Chuck is 0 for 1. He struck out against the Rocket his first time up. And that's going to be a 23 on a sacrifice bunt. And that's going to be a 31 and a 1. It's probably fielding column 3. 30, yep, that's barely a fielding column 3. And that is going to be a first and second on wow throw. And the runner's going to score. They can't do anything right, folks. It's going to be an error on Bob. The runner's going to score. Does the batter get down the second? Yep, first and second. The batter gets down to second. Unbelievable. Still got a runner down at second. Nobody out. Wait a second. There we go. Nobody out. Ugh. Nothing's going to Boston's way here in this game, folks. Now you got Darren Estrada up 0 for 2. He's flown out to the corners right and no, he's flown out the right and center field. And here's the pitch to Darren. And that's going to be against a righty, 15. And that's going to be a base hit. Yep, that's going to be a base hit in the left field. And Chuck's going to stop at third. Everybody gets on base. You get on base. He gets on base. Everybody gets on base here in the 4th. And now you got Brian Downing up. Runners on the corners. In a 7-0 lead, they're just looking for some outs, folks. They're not playing the infield in. They just want to get an out here. And Brian's 1 for 2. He singled and came around to score in the 3rd. And that ball is high. Let's see where this one travels to, folks. Brian Downey crushes this ball in the right field, and that'll score Finley. And let's see if Darren's going to make it down the third on the single. Evans gets over quickly, cuts it off. That'll be a 62. He should get over there easily. He'll get over there with no throw. So that's first and third. Still nobody out, folks. And like I say, now it's everybody. Everybody's getting on. Mike Trout's up now. He's 0 for 1. He walked and came around the score in the third. Here's the pitch to Mike. And finally going to get an out here, folks. That'll be a, with the defense back. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. He's going to fire over to first. The runners are advanced one base. And it is now 9-0 with a runner down at second and one out finally. And Mr. Anderson's up he is 2 for 2, folks. He's got 3 RBIs. He's got a stolen base. And he scored both times up. And that's going to be 8, 15. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And a 53 and a 9. That still should be fielding column. That's column 2. That's 28. And he's going to look the runner back to second, fire over to first, and that'll be out number 2. And that brings up Wally Joyner, folks. And Wally, he is 0 for 1. He has walked and grounded out, and this, I believe, is the 9th man to come to the plate, I believe. And that's going to be against the righty of 14. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. And is Brian going to be able to score here? On a 1, it'll be a 52. That's a 34 plus a 10. A 28 or 28 here. 28 will be a 54 or lower. He scores on the single. And he's in there. An RBI single by Wally. And it is 10-0, people. 10-0. And now you got Doug the Sensei up. And he started this inning off with a walk, folks. So this is the 10th man to come to the plate. They have batted around here in the 4th, scored 6 runs. Still got a runner down at first, 2 outs. Doug's 1 for 1. Like I say, he started this inning off with a walk and came around the score. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Nomar. He fires over to first. And mercifully, this inning ends, but not to the Angels. Score 6. We go to the top of the 5th and a 10-0 ball game. And we got Evans, Rice, and Veritek due up. Dwight's 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Apba. He fires over to Wally for out number 1. And Jim comes to the plate. He flew out the center his first time. He's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Chuck strikes him out, which is what he should be doing, challenging these hitters, daring them to hit the ball. Jason's up now. He popped up his first time up, 0 for 1. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Anderson. 1, 2, 3 goes Boston. To the bottom of the 5th we go. Bottom part of the order due up here for the Angels. Rich, Apba, and Finley. Bobby 1 for 2 with a 2-run homer back in the 4th. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Stanley, he might have settled down after that rough inning. There's a 1 out. Now Apba's up. And Apba is 1 for 2. He has doubled in this game and came around the score. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Dustin. He fires over to first. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 5th. And Chuck comes to the plate. And Chuck is 0 for 2. But he has reached on an error and came around the score in the fourth. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Chuck out. 1, 2, 3 goes the Angels. The top of the sixth we go. And we got Stanley due up here. And he's going to bat for himself. They're not going to try to waste a bullpen in a 10-0 game. He's going to eat up some innings, folks. Yeah, he's going to eat up some innings. And then you got Dustin and Nomar due up after that. And this is Bob's first plate appearance. And here's the pitch to him. And that's going to be a ground ball down the I-bar. And that'll be out number 1. And Dustin's up now. He's 0 for 2. He's flown out to right and left. And that's going to be a base on balls. You don't want to do that. Like I say, no nibbling here in a 10-run lead. Just throw the ball and make them hit it. Make them hit it. It's the second walk of the ball game. And here's the pitch to Nomar. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That's what you want to do. And that's out number 2. That's his third strikeout. And here comes Wade Boggs. Boggs is a perfect 1 for 1. He's walked and singled. And that's going to be a rare play with a runner down at first. 46 and a 39. 46 and a 39. That is going to be, let's see here. It's not a balk. If he's a wild, balk. There goes the third. The pitcher is also. And 46. So it's going to be, if he's also a wild pitch. Oh, nope. So it's going to be a wild pitch. A wild pitch gets him down the second. Finley here needs to take a breath and settle down here. 2 outs, 1-0 pitch to Boggs. 10-0 ball game. And he comes back and strikes Boggs out. Nice job by Chuck. Steps off the mound, takes a deep breath, and strikes him out. We go to the bottom of the sixth in a 10-0 ball game. And you got the top of the order due up here for the Angels. Estrada, Downing, and Trout. And Darren's 1 for 3 today. Singled and came around the score in the fourth. And that's going to be that's going to be a base hit. Darren's got an infield single here. So he's down at first with nobody out and Brian Downing up. Brian's having a nice game here today. He's 2 for 3 with an RBI, folks. Here's the pitch to Brian. That's going to be against an 18. And that is going to be a infield hit. They're nickel and diming Bob to death here. Bob can't believe it. Low roller down the third box. No play. Eats the ball. Now you got first and second. Still nobody out. And Mike Trout up. Trout might be one of the few Angels without a hit. Might be the only batter without a hit. Let's take a look here. Yes, he's the only batter without a hit, Mike Trout. Every other batter has gotten a hit for the Angels. He's 0 for 2, but he does have an RBI. Here's the pitch to Mike. And he still doesn't have a hit because that's a swing and a miss. Big strikeout by Stanley. Here's 1 down. And here's Garrett Anderson, who's 2 for 3. He's got a 3-run homer in the game, folks. And that's a perfectly played double play ball. Nomar is up with it. Fires over to second, 6-4-3 double play, and that ends the inning. And Boston gets out of the mess with nobody scoring. To the top of the seventh we go. You got Mo, Mookie, and Dewey. How's that for a law firm? the Mo, Mookie, and Dewey firm. Right now, not well. Mo's 0 for 2 today, folks. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Anderson calls for it, makes the catch for out number 1. And Mookie comes to the plate now. And Mookie is 0 for 2. He has flown out the center both times. And this is nice hit by Mookie. He drives that ball down the first baseline. That's going to be a double. Mookie's in scoring position here. And Evans is up. Chuck trying to keep the shutout going here. Dwight's 0 for 2. And not anymore because that ball is high. That ball is far. How far is this one going to go, folks? Nice play out there by Anderson. He cuts it off. Keeps that from being a double. And that is going to be a single in the right field. And Mookie will probably come around to score easily on this. .26, maybe not as easy as I thought. So that'll be a 52 or lower. That'll be an RBI single by Evans and get Boston on the board here. And that is safe at home. Evans with an RBI single. And Boston finally has got a run on the board. It's 10-1. And now you got Rice up. And Jim is 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch to Rice. That's going to be a base on balls. Finley struggling here in the top of the 7th. Veritek's up now with first and second. He's got a 9-run lead and he's walking people. I keep saying it. I don't understand it. Got to challenge these hitters. Veritek, a ground ball here could get him out of the inning. He is 0 for 2. He's flown out and popped up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Darren and left for out number 2. And this time we will pitch it for Bob. So that'll be it for Bob. He comes out of the game. And who's going to pitch hit for him here? Most of the righties are in the game. And Valentin's going to come out and pitch hit. See if he can get something going here. Because most of the righties are already in the game. So can John do something here? And John is batting 1,000. He's 1 for 1 on the year, folks. First and second, 2 outs. Can he keep this inning going? And that's going to be a base on balls. And Chuck Finley is messing around here, trying to make this a ball game. We're back to the top of the lineup with Dustin with bases full of Red Sox. No place to walk Dustin. Evans at third, Rice at second, Valentin at first, and Dustin at the plate 0 for 2. He has walked. He's flown out and walked. And that ball is well hit. Here we go, folks. Boston trying to come back here. That's going to be a double in the left field. And that'll score 2. Can Valentin score from first is the question. With 2 outs, he should be able to. Darren doesn't have a great arm out there in left field. Yep, and that's going to be a 3 RBI double by Dustin. And now you got it is a 10-4 ball game with a runner down at second. Not exactly a close ball game, but 10-4, good buddy, sounds a lot better than 10-0. And now you got Nomar up. He's 1 for 3. He is flown out, struck out, and singled. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Wally's up with it, tosses it over to Chuck, and that'll end the inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch in a 10-4 ball game. Derek Lowe's going to come out of the bullpen here. See what he can do in a 10-4 game. There's Derek. And like I say, he's got Joyner, the Sensei, and Bobby Gritch due up here in the bottom of the 7th. Wally's 1 for 2 with an RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Nomar. He fires over to Mo for out number 1. As World's Worst Gamer joins us here. The Sensei's 1 for 2. He's got an RBI single back in the 2nd. And that's going to be against the righty. That's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Derek fields it cleanly, throws over to first for out number 2. And Bobby Gritch is up now. Bobby's 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer in the game. And that's going to be 20. That's going to be a ground fly ball out to center. Mookie makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 goes the Angels. And we go to the top of the 8th. And Boston trailing by 6. And do we make a pitching change here? That is the question. And if we do we do a double switch or do we just bring somebody out? I think we just bring somebody out here to pitch this inning. And I think it's going to be K-Rod's going to come out of the bullpen for LA. He'll pitch the 8th. He'll be due up 2nd. So he's only got to make it through this 8th inning, old K-Rod does. And that'll be it for Finley after getting roughed up in that 7th inning. And where's old K-Rod at? And this is Rodriguez's 3rd game. He's got a save and no ERA. And he'll be facing Boggs, Mo, and Mookie. And Boggs is 1 for 2 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bobby at 2nd. He fires over to Wally for out number 1. And now you got Mo Vaughn up. And Mo, he's 0 for 3 today. Can he get a hit here? And that's going to be a rare play. 23 and a 41. 23 and a 41. This is going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 1. No, sorry, that's not a swing and a miss. He looks at ball 1. It's going to be a 1-0 pitch to Mo. And that's going to come back and strike him out. After falling behind, he strikes him out. K-Rod living up to his name. Strikes out Mo for out number 2. And now you got Mookie up. And Mookie is 1 for 3. He has doubled and came around the score. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. Bobby's up with it. 1, 2, 3 goes the Red Sox. To the bottom of the 8th we go. And you got, what did I do here? Did I take the wrong guy out? Finley's not in the game. Yep, that's what I did. There we go. So you got Apba due up, a pitch hitter for K-Rod, and then back to the top of the order. Apba is 1 for 3 with a double in this game, folks. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. He's having a good game. He's aboard here with a leadoff single. And like I say, that'll be it for K-Rod. And Percy will probably come in the game to pitch. We'll put him there already. And let's see who's going to come off the bench here. And Fagans is going to come off the bench with a runner down at first. And up 10-4. See if he can keep this inning going here, the merry-go-round. Runner down at first. Nobody out. And Fagans is 0 for 4 on the year. You know what? He's going to do a little hit and run here. Try to get something started. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. Rice makes the catch. Apba makes it back to first for out number 1. And we're back to the top of the order now in Darren. And Estrada's 2 for 4. He has 2 singles in this game, folks. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Derek strikes him out for out number 2. And it's up to Brian Downing to drive in a run. He is 3 for 4, folks, with an RBI today. And that's going to be a pop up down the third. Boggs waits for it, makes the catch. And the Angels strand 1. We go to the top of the 9th. The Angels leading by 6. Boston's got some work to do. And who's going to come out? That's right. We already said Percy's going to come out. So Troy will come in here and try to keep this a 6-run game. And Troy's 3rd appearance of the year. He's 0-1 with a 6 ERA. He's got Evans, Rice, and Jason due up. And Dwight's 1 for 3 with the RBI. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Welcome to the game, Troy. And that's a home run by Evans in the deep center field. Trout just turns around and watches it leave. And all of a sudden, it's 10-5. Rice up. Do we want to pitch hit for Rice with Yaz? That is the question. We're going to let Rice bat. He is 0 for 2, but he has a walk in the game. See if Jim can keep this up. Here's the pitch to Jim. And that ball is ball 4. Troy walks him. How about this, folks? Now Jason Veritek's up. Jason's 0 for 3 today. He has flown out the right and left and popped up. And Pudge is going to come out and pitch hit for Jason. That is going to happen. So Pudge will come out, pitch hit for Jason. And if a miracle happens, he'll stay in the game and catch. So Pudge comes off the bench. Where's old Fisk at? Right at the top. And Carlton is batting .231, no homers and 1 RBI. Nobody out and a runner on, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Troy strikes him out for out number 1. And now we'll have a pitch hitter here for Derek. See who's going to come off the bench. The pitch hit. And they're going to bring on Big Pappy. David Ortiz. Might as well load the cannon up and see what happens here. So David comes off the bench, batting 0 for 15, folks. He is definitely due. A runner down at first, 1 out. Here's the pitch to David. And that's going to be a pop-up behind home plate. Downing waits for it near the screen, makes the catch for out number 2. Poppy is yet to get a hit. 0 for 16, folks. And now we're back to the top of the order in Dustin. And Dustin's 1 for 3. He has doubled and driven in 3 runs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Darren. He waits for it, makes the catch, and that's your ball game, folks. Angels win 10-5. Take a look here at the box score. Yeah, he's due, but he's still due, Sean. Sure. Unbelievable. Take a look here at the box score. And the Red Sox lose this game. Angels 10 runs on 12 hits, no errors. Boston 5 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. And you had everybody but Mo Vaughn. Well, no, bottom part of the order didn't get a hit for Boston. I thought they ended up getting some hits. You had Dwight Evans as the only multi-hit player for the Red Sox, and he hit his third homer of the year, 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position, only left 5 men on base. Mike Trout was the only everyday player not to get a hit for the Angels. How about that? Look at the top of the order besides Trout. 5 for 10. Awesome. 5 for 12 with runners in scoring position. Anderson and Grich with homers, only left 4 men on base. The Rocket, he blew up. 0-2 now. 3 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs, walked 3, struck out 3, gave up 2 homers. And Bob Stanley didn't do much. He just threw gas on the fire. 3 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs. Only 2 of them earned, though. Struck out 3. His defense let him down. Derek comes in, finally shuts him down. 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. Chuck gets the win. He's 1-0. 7 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. 4 was the number, wasn't it? K-Rod comes in, pitches an inning, gets a strikeout. Troy comes in, 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 1 homer. Let's take a look now at the standings and the leaderboard. And the Yankees are 3 games up on the Jays. Orioles are 3.5 games back. Boston's now 4 games back, and Tampa Bay 4.5. The Tigers are leading Cleveland by a half a game. Kansas City is a game back, and Minnesota and Chicago a game and a half. And out west, the Rangers are a game and a half up on Seattle and Oakland, and the Angels are only 2 games back now. And they got Roberto Alomar leading the American League with a 4.67 ER average. Roger with 5 homers and 13 RBIs. And, of course, the ERA leader right now is at 0, but the Gator with 2 wins leading the American League, and JJ with 3 saves. And right now you got Roger Maris leading in the MVP voting, and the Gator, Ron Guidry, leading in the Cy Young. And the final game of this series. Let's see who's pitching in the final game of this 3-game series. It's all tied up at 1 apiece. And you're going to have old Clay Buchholz going up against Mr. Jarrett Weaver. I want to thank World's Worst Gamer, Ken Castro, David Lando for stopping in here today. Hit that subscribe button, folks. It don't cost you anything. And hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out of LA and you're stuck in the traffic, you might as well hit that like button. Leave a comment. Till next time, you all have a great day and take care.